Everyone knows that black holes are regions of space where matter is so closely packed that not even light can escape. There are innumerable videos that explain the basics of black holes, but in this video, we're gonna go through how black holes are categorized, named, and whether or not they actually exist. Despite being one of the most mysterious objects known to humanity, black holes are actually pretty simple objects. They have only 3 different properties: mass, charge, and spin. Categorization by mass would lead to 4 different kinds of black holes. Micro black holes would be black holes that have masses comparable to mountains, packed into sizes comparable to molecules. Due to their tiny sizes, they're extremely hard to detect, and hence still remain as theoretical objects. They are thought to have formed during the earliest stages of the universe, in which case we call them primordial black holes. Stellar black holes are ones that have masses few times greater than our own sun. They are formed when stars more massive than our sun run out of material to fuse and then collapse into a black hole. They can be alone, but are often found in orbit with a companion star, which makes it more likely to be detected. Supermassive black holes can have masses up to millions or even billion times the mass of our own sun. It's most likely that every galaxy harbors a supermassive black hole at their centers. However, whether these black holes are formed by stellar mass black holes engulfing matter, or they were formed during the Big Bang, still remains to be determined. Intermediate black holes are the final kinds of black holes that have masses between stellar and supermassive. They're most likely to have formed by the merging of 2 or more stellar mass black holes, or maybe by just a single stellar mass black hole devouring enough mass. Categorizing black holes by charge would lead to charged and uncharged or neutral black holes. However, in reality, if a black hole was charged, it would quickly attract the opposite charge, converting them into a neutral black hole itself. If we were to consider the spin of black holes, they could be spinning or they could be static. However, since black holes are mostly formed by stars which rotate, or else grow by devouring matter, all black holes should be rotating ones due to the conservation of angular momentum. Yet, the math becomes a lot harder with the introduction of angular momentum into black holes. That's why most of the time, theoretical calculations on black holes are made on non-rotating neutral black holes. These kinds of black holes that have only mass, no charge, and no spin are called Schwarzschild black holes. However, if a Schwarzschild black hole was to have spin, it would be called a Kerr black hole. They have mass and spin, but no charge. Kerr black holes are the most realistic, stable black hole. If a black hole was to be charged and not spinning, it would be called a Reisner-Nordstrom black hole. If this black hole was to also rotate or spin, it would become a Kerr-Newman black hole, which is one that has all 3 properties at a non-zero value. Due to Einstein's most famous equation of E is equal to mc squared, we can state that enough energy confined within a region will behave like it has mass. Since light is a form of energy, it is theoretically possible to form a black hole by concentrating enough amount of light, or any form of energy, into a small enough region. This kind of black hole is called a Bliss. Finally, black holes could be categorized by whether or not they are actively feeding off of some matter, forming an accretion disk around them. As the accretion disk gets very close to the event horizon of a black hole, it spins faster and faster, consequently getting hotter and emitting more and more radiation. Due to the magnetic field around the black hole, twin jets of material is ejected millions of light years into space. If these are formed by the supermassive black holes in galaxies, they form an AGN, or active galactic nucleus. If these jets of materials are perpendicular to our view, we call them radio galaxies. If they are at an angle, we call them quasars. And if they are pointed directly towards us, they're categorized as blazars. Black holes are excessively mysterious, and videos after videos can be made about them, their properties, and everything we don't know about them yet. However, in this video, we've tried to lay down the basis of the various kinds of black holes that you'd ever encounter in any of the future videos we make, where we go into details of every kind, while keeping it as simple as we can. Thanks for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, and following us on Instagram. Until the next video, stay safe, stay curious, and keep learning.